We've flown east from Moscow about 5,000 miles, and this is it, the end of the line. A place called Anadyr, an old Russian settlement. We're headed inland to see the Chukchi people. Don't know how we're going to get there, though. Could get quite interesting.
The Chukchi live a further 400 miles north, inside the Arctic Circle, where temperatures can drop to nearly 100 below. For me, the only way to get any nearer is by chopper, but I'm told the weather up there has turned to storm force, and all the aircraft are grounded. It's a wonder people can live here today. It's so cold they've got to build everything on stilts, protecting buildings from the permafrost. I'm put up in a bare fifth-floor apartment in town. How long I'll be here is anyone's guess. The Chukchi are as close as I can get to the first Arctic travelers. I'm desperate to see how they live here. They don't even have heating or electricity. But if the weather doesn't improve, I may never find out. I've been here 5 days now. I really couldn't have come at a worse time of year. I've been given all this Arctic clothing so I won't freeze. The coldest I've ever been is the freezer back in the lab, a balmy 20 below. Eventually, I get the call I've been waiting for. There's a gap in the weather, and we're going for it. This may not be mission impossible, but it sure feels like it. I don't really know the risks involved in the next leg of the journey. Somehow I suspect I don't want to. How can anyone live down there? It's strange, but being truly alone is exhilarating.
Absolutely unbelievable. Just incredible. It is amazing here. It's like being on the moon. Incredible flight. One of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. Gorgeous. Really gorgeous.
The next leg is a bus ride to a town called Amgoema, 120 miles inside the Arctic Circle. The air is even colder, but at least they have houses.
It's about 5 o'clock in the morning. Temperature is minus 25 degrees. We spent the night here in Amgoema village. Now we're headed up to the tundra. It's about a 6-hour trip in one of these, an ex-Soviet tank. Gotta find out which one I'm going in first, though. Back here, the gear. We'll need that.
My guide hasn't arrived yet, so we're heading off without him. I've been told he'll meet us later, nearer the Chukchi camp.
Here we go. The bus uptown. See you in the tundra. We're heading up into the tundra to meet the people who are the direct descendants of the people who populated the Americas 15,000 years ago at the height of an ice age. And the fact that I get to tell this incredible story and actually go on the journey that the genes have shown us, it's just amazing. This place is absolutely beautiful, and it's like being on another planet.
I know we can get to their general area on our own, but the Chukchi are nomads and will never find their exact location without our guide. I really hope he shows. At last he appears, and I'm about to get another lesson in human endurance. It turns out he's been walking for the last 6 days and nights to meet me.
Vladilin, you're from this village, Donkarem.
Да, я с побережья коренной.
Yes, I am from coastal Chukotka.
And you walked.
Yeah.
So from Amgoema, we head west up the Amgoema River, maybe 100 kilometers until we find them.
Да, окей, да, все правильно.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, fantastic.
I sense I'm gonna have to cut down on handshaking. I'm too fond of my fingers.
Yeah.
They look so pleased to see us. Or maybe it's just curiosity. I can't imagine they get many visitors. Uh-oh, I can feel another frozen handshake coming on. Time to show off a bit of my high school Russian.
Меня зовут Spencer. Victor.
They spend their lives in temperatures that are now paralyzing me. Looking around here, I'm struggling to comprehend it all. We may be brothers under the skin, but they're obviously different. Somehow, they're better able to cope with the cold. And Nina Jablonski knows why.
The Chukchis are a classic example of what has been referred to in human biology as Bergmann's and Allen's rules. That is, in a very cold climate, the surface area of the body will be reduced and the length of the appendages will be reduced. So the people tend to have shorter arms and legs, shorter fingers, and a shorter and rounder trunk to reduce the surface area through which heat can be lost. In that way, they're wonderful furnaces, as it were, for preserving their own body heat.
And to maintain this body heat, the Chukchi have to stay physically active. For Victor, this means hard work, all day, every day. He looks after his herd of over 1,000 reindeer. I soon learned that the Chukchi are utterly dependent on them. Their ancestors hunted them, but found that life would be easier if they tamed them. Now reindeer are the Chukchi life support system. But how do these high-energy and all-providing creatures manage to survive in this frozen desert? No vegetables, no greens of any kind. The answer lies beneath the snow, in the most precious resource in the tundra, lichen. The reindeer dig down to find it. This tiny plant fuels